hang on a second. OpenAI built the world's most famous AI writing tool, and instead of using it for their content marketing, they're hiring a human on over $300,000 a year to do it? Make it make sense. OpenAI just listed a job for a content strategist for over $300,000 a year. For a company sitting at the center of the AI revolution, why would they not just use their own tool? The answer to that question tells you a lot about how content marketing really works. I'm Tom, I'm a content marketing coach. I help experts in their field share their knowledge online in order to build revenue streams that can keep them earning even while they sleep. If you're new around here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell as well. That way you'll never miss an upload. And if you go on to like this video, hit the like button. In fact, hit it right now because that would really help me and the channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. Let's take a look at this job listing together and see what's really going on here. So hopefully you can see this anyway, otherwise I'll have to re-record this and then you'll know because I'll put it in the edit. But anyway, here we go. So, content strategist for ChatGPT.com. $310K per year to $393K per year. Maybe I should apply. So here it says, we're the team behind ChatGPT.com, where millions of people discover, explore, and use AI every day. We're looking for a content strategist to define and execute the content strategy for ChatGPT. Seems to be like a lot of people on LinkedIn that think that you don't need a content strategist because you can just share content from ChatGPT every hour of every day. So why are OpenAI not doing that? This role is critical in creating high impact content that drives awareness, top of funnel traffic, and product adoption. So they're not prompting ChatGPT themselves in order to do the critical thinking for them, to be able to drive awareness and get people into the top of their sales funnel. In this role, you will own the content strategy for ChatGPT, aligning it to growth, acquisition, and product goals. Okay. Create yourself, write and edit high quality content. Does ChatGPT not create high quality content then, OpenAI? From landing pages to guides to campaigns. Okay, so for copy, I always say do not use ChatGPT for your sales copy, for landing pages, emails, email campaigns, that kind of stuff. It just doesn't seem to work at all. It hasn't got the nuances of how a person kind of reads through that copy. So that makes sense to me, but obviously lots of people are using ChatGPT to do that stuff. And that's one of the sales points of ChatGPT from OpenAI, is that it will make that kind of stuff easier for marketers in general. Okay, and then on to define and evolve ChatGPT's voice and tone across owned web services. Okay, that's interesting because I'll get into why that's important a bit later on in the video when I'm talking about what a real strategy actually looks like. Develop messaging hierarchies that explain ChatGPT to different audiences. So basically everything is just saying they need a human touch in order to be able to get ChatGPT out to the masses, to be able to create the content, to be able to come up with a strategy that really sells this stuff to people, to be able to get people into the funnel in using ChatGPT. So it's interesting that where people are using ChatGPT for this stuff in their own work, the people who literally created ChatGPT, OpenAI, don't do that. That should be leading you to question your content marketing strategy too. If you're guilty of overusing AI in order to build content, then OpenAI aren't even doing it. And anyway, all of this boils down to why would anyone need to pay someone that much money in order to come up with content strategies if they really believed that ChatGPT could do it for them? So if they're not using it, perhaps you shouldn't be for your content strategy. And I'll get into why in a moment later in the video. This is important and you should be paying attention. There is too much use of AI going on at the moment, especially in content, and it's never been easier to stand out, especially for experts in their field that are trying to share their knowledge in order to drive revenue online. So this is ironic, right? Even the biggest AI company in the world does not use AI to write its content for it. And the reason for that is because they know that tools cannot replace strategy. AI is brilliant at speed, scale, and structure, but it doesn't replace a deep understanding of your audience, founder storytelling that builds trust, long-term strategy, nuance, judgment, and even emotional intelligence, all of which is really vital for building a personal brand when you're selling stuff online. Now, particularly for the people that I help, experts who use content to teach people online, this is the real core stuff that can drive their sales and get a core audience together around a personal brand. Imagine inventing the hammer and still paying someone 6 figures to come around and build your house. People think that using tools like ChatGPT mean instant clients because they've built 12 LinkedIn posts in 15 minutes that all look the same because they go use the structure of it's not about A hyphen, it's about B emoji. But that's just spamming out meaningless content without any strategy whatsoever. And anything that is written by ChatGPT probably isn't an original thought anyway. The whole idea is that the AI pulls from information online, which means you're probably just regurgitating something that your competition has already said online, which means that if you are a consultant, coach, or advisor that is trying to teach people something online, someone else is already teaching them that, and they have trust behind them, which is why the AI is picking up their opinions and sharing them with you. Tools can accelerate your strategy, but they cannot build a strong personal brand on their own. It will just put out recycled content all the time. If you think of it like this, AI is like the car. You still need the driver, you, and a map and a destination. So in this section, I'm going to walk through what a content strategy really looks like and why each bit is really important and why the human touch in each part is important. You need to be able to define your strategy within your style, positioning, audience understanding, content funnels, and also a consistent brand voice across all of your social media pages, your email newsletters, your videos, whatever it is. You need to have a consistent and unique voice to be able to be a real recognized expert within your field. I have a video here on one of my content strategies that goes a little bit more in depth of what I'm about to explain, but I'm just going to basically cover the basics and talk about why the human touch in each stage is important. Define a niche, but from your customer's point of view. Who are they? Why them? What are their problems? And what are their goals? How are you going to help them achieve that? It's the mistake that people will too often make, is that they're thinking about what they can offer someone instead of thinking what someone else actually needs from someone like you. Next is simple. You want to start creating content that serves that niche. You need to provide value, and you need to provide that in the form of the kind of content that people want, answering those questions that we first described in that niche. If you're starting to provide value early, people will stick around to keep learning from you. Next, you want to capture information, whether that's qualitative information like some sort of feedback that you can use to inform your content, what people want to see from you, or email addresses so that you can continue to contact that person and continue them on their learning journey with you as the expert. All throughout this content funnel, we are trying to warm up this lead through this learning journey to be able to get them to the sale point where you want to say, okay, you've learned a lot from me. If you really want to master this now you can come with me and join my workshop and blah, 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 and you can pay me a nominal fee for this, and we can get you up and running within this amount of days. Having a really strong offer right at the end is going to be really compelling, especially if someone's taken the time to go through all that journey in the first place. So it's basically just getting people to go on the little steps through their learning journey to keep learning with you as a trusted expert. If you'd find it helpful, I've got a roadmap that kind of outlines that stuff, how to get from content to a sale. It's down in the description below. You can get your copy, and you can basically just put your kind of ideas into each section, and it can help you on your journey to get there. So yeah, link in the description for that one if you want it. So after going through that content strategy, let's look at why OpenAI might want a content strategist. Okay, build thought leadership, defining message and tone of ChatGPT to be consistent. Isn't it consistent already? And can OpenAI not trust ChatGPT to be able to be consistent with their messaging across multiple platforms? So why should you be using it? I'm coming across way too many YouTube shorts, TikToks, LinkedIn posts that are so obviously AI that it's just painful. They want someone to craft narratives about the company's place in the world. So that's what we were saying earlier about messaging and positioning. They don't trust ChatGPT to be able to have the nuance or the emotional understanding in order to create a story that will lead people into their product, that will lead people into their service. That's why they need a human touch to be able to have that long-term thinking about the strategy, because ChatGPT just can't do it. They want someone that's able to write successful copy. The same thing that people are using ChatGPT to do in their own businesses, web pages and emails, OpenAI is not even doing that with ChatGPT. And they want to turn attention into influence and influence into revenue. And that's the goal, right? That's what we're all trying to do. But the message is clear. If you are coming up with content strategy, if you are creating content, if you are trying to share expertise, like OpenAI is trying to do, they are trying to build leads. They don't trust ChatGPT to be able to do it for them. And neither should you. You are the expert. You hold the original opinions. You hold the experience. It's not just about writing posts, which is basically what ChatGPT is doing for lots of businesses. This is the strategy stuff that I was talking about earlier in the video. This is the human touch that we still need in order to create a successful narrative around our content. The emotional intelligence to understand what our audience issues are and what they need in order to fix them. And I think that's one of the really big issues about how people are using AI at the moment. ChatGPT is serving you as its customer, whereas you need to be serving your audience. There's too many steps in that content strategy for ChatGPT to be able to process all of that and serve everybody within that sequence. It's not going to be able to make that fully informed decision when it comes to creating content for you. So what are the lessons that we should take away from this? If you are an expert, a consultant, a coach, or an advisor, this is the bit where you should pay attention. Use those tools to save time on low value work. Put your human creativity and your authority into the content that you're making. And by the way, it feels like it's never been easier to stand out on some of these platforms, hyphen, emoji. And finally, use it to build systems that capture leads and grow your pipeline, like email automations to share the content that you created for your audience. Strategy will trump the tools that you use every single time. And that's why I guess OpenAI is looking for a content strategist rather than a new AI tool to help them. I guess that's why you should subscribe. If the company that invented ChatGPT are investing in strategy over tools, maybe that's something we should pay attention to. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the whole AI boom. I want to hear stories of the worst cases of AI use across social media that you can come up with, or some of the best ones. I have to say I really love the reggae remixes of like Harry Potter and Star Wars and like music videos and stuff on YouTube at the moment. They're class. If you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you again. Remember to get that content customer roadmap. That link is in the description down there. It's been really helpful for some of my clients, so I think it could be helpful for you too. And yeah, if you want to build a content system that actually attracts leads rather than just pumping out some AI posts, stick around and I'll see you next time. Cheers then.